Hi guys, I hope you guys are safe at home in quarantine, but don't forget to subscribe here at Fino Boxing and follow my personal one at Adriana_sports. And guess what? We're gonna knock out this coronavirus. Bop, bop, bop.
How we doing? You know, I haven't done an Instagram live for a few weeks. So I'm in the office. Zio, what's happening? Benji, Naeem. I just thought I'd come on and say hello. Omar, how are you? So yeah. IFL, what's happening? What's happening? Selby. Abdul, hello from Saudi. Jack, how we doing? So, I'm just in the office really. What do I think about Mike Tyson and Holyfield? Nah, not really. John Dock, what's happening? Love the tweet on the Cummings situation. Mate, the Cullen. Kid Galahad. You know, the Cummings situation. I mean, it's like, you got all these people having a go at him. And listen, I think, I watched the interview yesterday. Probably sound like a few porcupines in there. Maybe he should go, but my God. I mean, have you seen the press outside there today? They're all about a centimetre away from each other. News on DAZN, see people spreading rumours. News on DAZN coming soon. Don't believe everything you hear. Got meetings on Friday to sort the schedule. That clock is ticking until your cash cow loses his belts to Mr. Fury. Ooh. Fabio, what's happening? Markowski, how are you? Do you know what I think I'll do? Yeah, the missus had a go at the Barnet, by the way. Bit ropey, but what I'll do is, let's go and have a look at Fight Camp. Let me tell you a little bit more about it. Hang on. Right, so, as you know, the proposal is we want to stage fights somewhere unique, somewhere that's going to give Ben Davison, yeah, we got the same hairline, mate. I would have had a skinhead, but I can't do any crafty combing if I do that. So this is the Matchroom HQ here in Brentwood, right? And this is where we are going to be staging our fight camp. We're going to be having 4 shows here over 4 weeks. The ring is going to be right here. We're going to take that flagpole out. And we probably can't see on here, but basically you can see all of London down there. So we just got to decide whether the backdrop is going to be the office, which is all around here, or the backdrop should be London. So as I said, walk out here. This is, well, actually where this flagpole will be the middle of the ring. When does fight camp start? We're looking at July. To be honest, I was looking at July 4th, but I think a couple of alpacas over there in the garden. I think it will be more like middle of July, to be honest. So this will be the centre of the ring. So what we're looking to do is, the fighters will come down the stairs. This will all be lit up, branded everywhere. Fireworks going off in that field to Sweet Caroline. Fireworks going off in that field to Sweet Caroline. London in the background. It's going to be fantastic, because we're going to be able to broadcast it all week with build-up shows, with weigh-ins, with press conferences. And the thing is, I think when you're doing a show outdoors in a studio, sorry, not outdoors, but in a studio, how much of a buzz can you get coming out to fight? Whereas here, when the house is lit up, the offices are lit up, we've got the canopy up here, just here, fireworks going off all around. Mate, this is going to be something different. Someone said the lawn needs mowing. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it does actually. Yeah. So this is going to be happening in July. I'm going to go back into the office now. Going to have any crowd at all? At the moment, no. Oh, listen. Aaron Riley, 521. Dillian White against Ngannou. Oh. Can I ask, I've got a couple of thousand people watching this. How excited would you be for White against Ngannou? Because I only really said this initially as a joke, but everybody seems to be on it. Hold on. One sec. Oh. Whoa. Right, now we can talk. Tyson v AJ, yeah, absolutely. That's the big plan. Julia, thank you. Ngannou against White. The only thing is, do we go in the cage or do we go in the ring? Boxing memes, what's happening? Yeah, Eddie Hall against this other geezer. Thor. Not sure about that one. Ngannou would do him in MMA. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, you'd have to be the favourite, wouldn't he? Apparently Ngannou wants it in the ring, though. I thought maybe me and Dana could put this night together where you've got a ring that also transforms into a cage between matchups. So you've got crossover fights, but you've got MMA fight against a boxer in a ring. Then you've got a boxer fighting an MMA fight in a cage. KSI, Jake Paul, yes. That picture behind me, famous one, Ali against Liston. It's got a little bit of funky stuff. Someone bought it for me for Christmas. I love it. So let me just shut this door and I want to talk to you about some fights that we've got planned. Okay, so let's go back to fight camp. For fight camp, we're talking about 4 weeks consecutively, starting in July. The final week is proposed Dillian White against Alexander Povetkin, and hopefully, yes, Connor, and hopefully Katie Taylor against Serrano as well. But in the early parts, we're going to be putting on 5 fights a night, solid fights. Like for the first couple of weeks, obviously, we're building up to the bigger stuff, but we're going to be having fights like Wardley against Valili, fights like Billum Smith against Thorley, fights like Clay against Congo, world title fight like Terry Harper against Natasha Jonas, Conor Benn, who is also on here. We need to get Conor Benn against Chris Jenkins for the British title. O'Hara Davis against Fowler, Eggington against Cheeseman. Will it have to be all British? Good question. And the answer is, initially, yes. But by the time we get to the latter part, we'll be pushing to make sure that we can get Povetkin, etc. Dalton Smith, you're on the list as well. Dalton Smith against Farrell is a fight that's basically been made as well. A lot of Fowler against Fitz. I don't think you'll see that at the Garden. The MSG, Matchroom Square Garden. Yeah, but Connor, you said you only want to fight if it's British and Commonwealth title. Don't be silly. You got to fight anyway. But we have got to try and make Conor Benn against Chris Jenkins. Sam Beeman against Eddie Hearn. You don't want this work, Sam. Yes, the special one. All good, mate. So, someone asking about Lewis Ritson as well. So, we got an announcement this week about the shows that were booked in for July, etc. I don't know what the general feeling is with you guys, but my feeling is, I think there's a chance we could get crowds back in from as early as October, honestly. So we'll be looking to put the Cardiff show and the Newcastle show about that kind of time. And again, if that's not possible, we have to do it behind closed doors. But I'm hopeful that things are getting better. Eddie Hearn v Dillian White bare knuckle. Yeah, lovely. White Ruiz. I think if you said to me like the heavyweight matchups, obviously AJ against Fury, but Dillian White against Andy Ruiz, I think he's such an unbelievable fight. Tommy Coyle, what's happening, mate? Eddie, when do you do your next cooking show? That was a one-off. I've seen documents that say Tyson Fury spiked. Well, I've never heard so much bollocks in all my life. Water, gloves, ring walk outfit. Conor Benn v Josh Kelly. Obviously, Kelly's due to fight Avanesian. But I think Josh Kelly against Conor Benn has to happen in 2021. Eddie, what's going on with the hairline? Not a lot, mate. It's just a bit of crafty combing there. Basically, the hair transplant will be dropping later in the year. We need to bring this down to there, like that. And obviously at the back's not great either. Devin Haney against Garcia, yes please. To be honest, I would like to make Devin Haney against Luke Campbell. A lot of stuff, Ammo against Fowler. You know, Ammo, I think Ammo Williams, he's a kid, right? So he put a video up of him. Yes, Connor, the beard transplant. Your beard transplant's on another level, mate. I think that, I forgot what we were talking about now. The hair transplant's thrown me. Campbell against Haney. Oh, that's it, Ammo Williams, right? So Ammo Williams, Muppet, he shouldn't have done it. He put a video out of him bashing someone up in sparring. We know it always happens. You shouldn't really post videos of sparring full stop, in my opinion, but listen, he's learning. But now, Billy Joe's had a go at him, Fowler's had a go at him, and he's texted me last night, Ammo, saying that he wants to fight Fowler. I don't think that's right yet, but Fowler against Ammo is a cracking little fight for 2021. Will Dillian fight Ngannou? Of course, 1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. Oh, Bellotti against Gill. So, like, let me give you an example, right? So, Jordan, we're allowed to do 5 fights a card at Fight Camp, right? From the British Boxing Board of Control. So, for example, Jordan Gill's got to come back. So, he was supposed to come back in a 6 or 8 rounder. Who wants to see that? So, we just said, why don't you fight Reece Bellotti? Reece Bellotti's up for it. Jordan's up for it. It's a great little 8-10 round fight. Rather than giving you fights that every time they happen, you just start tweeting me and messaging me on Instagram saying how shit it was. I mean, what about Fowler's last opponent, the geezer who came in the ring with his ice skates on? Don't want any of them, do we? You really think Campbell has a chance against Haney? Yeah, listen, Devin Haney's a phenomenal talent, but when you look at, I had Coog, the missus had a go. It's a bit, you won't want to see the back, but when you look at Campbell's resume, to be fair to him, he's boxed world champions in the likes of Arginez Mendez, great fight with Jorge Linares, great fight with Vasily Lomachenko. So his resume, although he didn't win those last 2 fights, you've got to say that Campbell's mixed at a much higher level than Devin Haney. Now, is the hype real about Devin Haney? Well, we'll find out in a fight like Luke Campbell. So I would like to go straight into Luke Campbell against Devin Haney if Ryan Garcia won't take it. Just had a message from Anthony Fowler about Tete, who was his last opponent in Manchester, saying that actually he was the real deal and I need to give him some more respect. I respect all fighters, but Fowler, I want my money back for that, to be honest with you, because I should have only given you half for that. Coogan, can you speak on the DAZN situation? There is no DAZN situation. You know, every time I post, I've got a million bots that go, oh yeah, DAZN's gone broke, oh DAZN, this and that. Just wait and see. We've got a meeting on Friday to discuss the schedule coming up. It ain't ideal times for anybody. I mean, if you've got a subscription company where you haven't that thrives off live sport and there's been no live sport, it's obviously not the best. But we're cracking on, mate. And I see people, oh, Eddie Hearn. I see like Leonard Ellaby. Fucking hell, geez. I was going to say something then, but that's why. It's just... Charlo Andrade, yes, all day long. Zelfa Barrett, what's happening? Zelfa Barrett will be on that show. One of the tough things is at the moment is all these guys have got to fight domestic opponents, which, by the way, I think is fantastic. But like Zelfa Barrett, we've got to find him, a £130 super featherweight from Britain, to fight. Where is the Ant Middleton podcast? How do you know I did that? I did Ant Middleton and my new No Passion, No Point podcast to be dropping in about a week's time. Great guy. Who's been watching the SAS show with Tony Bellew? Because as you know, Bellew's been keeping a low profile lately, as he said, after he retired. Just the Channel 4 show with SAS Marines, just the new show with us, Matchroom Boxing YouTube. And by the way, if you haven't registered for Matchroom Boxing YouTube yet, please do it. The numbers are getting really good. What else is happening, people? What else to discuss? Off topic, thoughts on Dominic Cummings. Oh, look, I haven't got a clue. Do I believe Dominic Cummings? Not really. I mean, I think some of it sounds about fair enough. The one about the old 30-minute drive because I just had to check my eyes. Not sure about that one. When you just drive 30 minutes to London and if it weren't going well, just turn around instead. Just an idea. But one thing I do think is, I posted yesterday, like the harassment from the media. Can you imagine being him at home now with his missus and his kid, where you've got 40 or 50 journalists come out. At the moment you step outside, they jump all over you. There's one bloke like hanging off his car. Now I've seen on Sky News, media up at his mum and dad's farm in Durham, banging on their door to talk to him. I mean, fucking hell. Haven't we got more to worry about? And people will say, oh yes, but he broke the rules. Yeah, I agree. If he broke the rules, fucking get rid of him. Get rid of him. He should go. But don't camp outside his house. And then, you know, you get situations like, you know, rest her soul, Caroline Flack, right? Where she was hounded by the media. She committed suicide. Oh, be kind. Come on, guys. You know, it's all about being kind. Fuck being kind. You are the biggest hypocrites going. Because all those people out there, all of their papers, all of those individuals will be saying, you know, and I said, say if this guy took his own life, you woke up the next day, oh, it's just about being kind, we've got to stop this. You never learn, do you? Leave the fucking geezer alone. If he's fucked up, get rid of him, bin him off. But don't just, I mean, we've got more to worry about. We've got people dying, we've got the economy's completely fucked, we've got people's mental health's in bits, we've got crime, you've got knife property, everything. Fuck some geezer who went to drop his kid off as his mum. Yes, I understand that he's got to set an example, not one rule for him, one rule for another. And if he broke the rule, bin him off, get rid of him. But there comes a time where it's like, guys, let's just crack on now and try and resurrect our country, save people's lives, save people's health, and not sit on a geezer's doorstep, breaking more social distancing rules than he ever did. Anyway, that's it. Yeah, listen, I'm getting so many Francis Ngannou, Dillian White. They're clowning the DAZN for being bankrupt. What's your thought? I think Mr. Blavatnik's going to be just fine. Views on Mike Tyson comeback? To be honest with you, I don't like an exhibition. Do you? What's an exhibition? I think it's one or the other. You either go in there and have a proper fight or you don't at all. Talk the talk, me and Bellew, we've got one more show. And the reason we're only doing one more show is because it's a right ball ache. Like trying to get people, I'm pulling favours in left, right and centre for people to do the show, but it's not easy. When we get in the full fight card, I'm literally writing week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4 up now, today. Fight night game update, good question. In talks with a couple of manufacturers. There's a lot of work goes into this because I don't want to do an average game. We're either going to do something with EA Fight Night or we're going to do something with someone else to rival Fight Night. Anything else, I won't bother doing it. So that's the plan. Amir Khan update, not really. What about the fights after the Garden? Good question. Well, we hope time we get into September, October, we'll be back into the arenas. But a lot of fights to get out. Joshua Buatsi's got a box. Josh Kelly against David Avanesian, brilliant fight. Lewis Ritson, obviously, we hope we can go to Newcastle. Lee Selby against Kambosos. So loads to do. Chisora Usyk, good question. That's another one. We need a crowd, really, for that fight, to be honest. But sooner or later, we've got to make a move. Warrington with agreed terms to fight Kanzu, unification fight and Ring Magazine belt, hopefully on the line. But again, we know Josh Warrington, we need the Leeds fans. It's warm in here. Thoughts on Instagram account, no context hand. Bang on. Billy Joe Saunders is one of the best boxers in the world, but he only ever fights once a year. Well, he's been a bit unlucky. I think he boxed twice last year, didn't he? And he was supposed to box Canelo in May, so he would have boxed twice this year. But unfortunately, at the moment, there's not a lot anyone can do. Right, people, I'm going to make a move and crack on with Fight Camp. Just want to say big thank you for following us throughout all of this, particularly Matchroom Boxing YouTube's channel. Get ready, July, Matchroom Boxing Fight Camp. It's going to be like nothing you've ever seen before. Cheers, stay well, stay safe, and most of all, keep smiling.